Hi, fifth graders. Mrs. Fernandi here with the second lesson of week 3 in spelling. We're going to continue to talk about the long vowel sounds. So one of the things about long vowels that can be a little bit challenging is that there are lots of ways to spell a long vowel. So we're going to go over some of those. It can be overwhelming, but at least if you know that you have some choices, you can sometimes pare it down to the correct choice. So for example, our first one, of course, is long A, and the long A sound can be spelled A consonant E, like in the word cake or take or late, L-A-T-E. The T is the consonant there, so A consonant E is a fairly common one. Then we have the AI. If you remember that AI can only happen in the middle of a word, it can't happen at, well, it could happen at the beginning or the middle of the word, but it needs to have a consonant at the end there. So a word like a fair or aim could have an AI. AY happens at the end of a word or at the end of a consonant. So may, play, stay, or the word mayor at the end of the first syllable may is also an AY spelling of long A. Long E can be E consonant E, well, you know those are easy. And then double E can be at the beginning, the middle, or the end. So we could have eek, a mouse, or we could have tree, or we could have leak. No, that's the next one. Leak is from EA. Leak or treat, those are EA spellings in the middle. And then we can have Y at the end as the long E sound. And this happens in a polysyllabic word. Remember, that's just a fancy way of saying many syllables. So 2 or more syllables, just like the word happy. It's only a 2-syllable word, but the ending sound is long E, and we're going to spell it with the Y, which acts like a vowel in that case. So then there's the long I sound, I consonant E, like kite. And then we have IGH. There's a ton of those, you know those. Night, bright, light, fight, fright, sight. Those are all IGH, where the GH is silent, but the I is long. And then we have the Y again here with the long I sound. This happens mostly in a 1-syllable word like my or cry or try. Sometimes they happen in other cases, but for the most part, it's at the end of a 1-syllable word. So that's a good way to remember when to use the Y for long I. Long O is O consonant E, and OA, like in the word boat or the word moat, there's a moat around the castle. And then long U is just U consonant E is the #1 way to do long U sound, like in the word mule. Okay, so I just like to have this up again. I like to give people a little bit of a laugh. Remember, laugh and you get happy. That's how we spell laugh. This is one of those difficult words. It's not on your spelling test, but it kind of makes me laugh just to put it on there. Speaking of spelling tests, let's talk a little bit about, this will be your second spelling test at the end of this week. It will be on Thursday instead of Friday because we don't have school on Friday. From now on, the spelling test will be a combination of these 3 things. The first 2 words will always be called, they're always application words, and that means you're going to apply the knowledge that you have gained in the spelling concepts for the week. So this week we're talking about long A. So application words could have long vowels. It could have some long vowel sounds, or it could have other things that we've talked about in prior weeks as well. You're going to apply those. And then of course, the bulk of it is words from the list for the week. And then the challenge one, then there's some challenge ones. And then there's review words from previous weeks as well. And we're going to go over those. In fact, let's go ahead and review your previous week's work on some slates. So you will get your slate or your notebooks out, and I will open up my whiteboard. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. The first word for review that we're going to have is, I apologize. My review words are here, right here. The first word we're going to have is the word muddy. So we know that the base word is mud, so go ahead and write that, mud. It's a 1-syllable word, has 1 short vowel followed by 1 consonant. So we know we're going to double it. Before we add the E, there's that long E sound spelled with a Y at the end of a two-syllable word, a polysyllabic word. The next word is misled. We know that mis is the prefix, meaning not, and led is the root word, the base word, led. The next one is fixing. So we're going to think about that. Base word fix. It answers all the questions correctly, except for that we know that we do not double the X. So we're just going to go ahead and add the ing there. The next word is skidded. We have the word skid as our base word. It answers all the questions correctly. Short vowel, one consonant, double the vowel, and then add, oh, nope, not skidding, skidded. So there's the ed at the end there. Okay, next word is camping. So again, thinking about your, always thinking in syllables, camping, but also thinking about the base word camp and then adding the ing because it has two consonants after that short vowel, so we cannot double anything. Okay, the next word is trotting. The horse is trotting around the field. Our base word is trot. It answers all those questions, yes, about doubling the consonant, and we're going to add the ing after doubling the T. The next word is I'm, which is the contraction of I am. The apostrophe takes the place of the A. So we're going to start with the capital I, apostrophe M, that contraction. The next word is a tough word. It is one of those frequently misspelled words. The word is sure. We can hear that SH sound, shh, but we're only going to spell it with the S, and then we're going to go U-R-E. All of that is a little bit different, except for we do hear the R correctly there. The next word is whose. Who's going to the movies? So when you hear a word like that, you want to try to separate, because it's a homophone. We want to separate it out. Who is going to the movies? Ah, it's a contraction. Who is? The apostrophe is taking the place of the I. Oops, there's the apostrophe, and then we're going to put the S there. The next one is they've, and that is a contraction of the words they have. The apostrophe is going to take the place of the H and the A in have. So let's write the word they, which is also a frequently misspelled word. It sounds like AY, but it's EY, and that's just something we probably already know. The apostrophe takes the place of HA, and then we have VE. All right, let's do a couple more. That's our review list for the moment. And then we're going to do some more words as well, just to get ourselves ready for the test. So the first word I'd like you to write is slight. I hear the long I sound, and you know what? I know this word is going to rhyme with night and fright and sight. So the word is slight. I hear that. Blend, SL, consonant blend. IGH for the long I sound, ending in the T sound, the letter T. The next word is flown. Now, oh, I hear the long O sound. Now, this is an unusual one. This could be it, flown. Oof, that does not look right though, does it? So let's try a different long O. There aren't as many choices with O. We're gonna go with OW. The birds have flown south for the winter. Flown, O. I hear that long O sound. The next word is strait. The ship sailed through the strait. This is a body of water with a long A sound. So it's not like a straight line. We still have this STR, but then we're going to do the AI spelling in the middle and not the GH. There's the word straight, like a body of water. The ship went through the strait. The ship went straight through the strait would be STRAIGHT through the STRAIT. It's a little bit confusing, but there you go. My dad was going to knead the bread. This is that silent K that comes before the N at the beginning of some words. Then we have the long E sound. So we have some choices. E, consonant, and then the silent E. That is not correct. And this is also not correct. That's harder to tell maybe, but that is the correct spelling. What about knee? I hurt my knee playing soccer. Then we're gonna go with our double E spelling there. The next word, oh, this is a good one, piece. Remember, this isn't this kind of piece. This is a piece of bread, speaking of kneading. Piece of bread, P, and then we're going to go with the I before E, except after C rules, so we're gonna spell it I-E, piece. We have a C. In order for that C to say the S sound, it needs to be followed by an E. So the next word is pre-flight. Pre-flight. I'm just going to focus on the pre. Pre is our prefix. There it is. Flight rhymes with sight, might, slight. So I know it's going to be FL. I can hear that. IGH for the long I sound, and then T. Pre-flight. The next one is unwrapped. So we're thinking about different things here. We're thinking of the un, and then the base word wrap, and then adding that ending onto it. So we've got our prefix un, then wrap is one of those words that has a WR at the beginning. Wrap. There's our base word wrap. It follows all the rules for doubling the consonants, so we're going to double the P and add ED. Next we have, ooh, airplane. There we go. Air. Ooh, I put double air. And then plane, this is that case where A-N-E, it's A consonant E. Now, if we wanted to put, I'm going to have a plain piece of bread, or the buffalo went on the plane, that is A-I-N. We learned that last week. Okay, and then the next one is there. The book, the passengers stored their small bags. That's possessive. Do you remember what 3 letters we always start with? So we can at least start to get it correct. T-H-E, right? And then there, some people like to say, if you see that I in the middle, it belongs to somebody. So T-H-E-I-R for that one. And then the next one is we'd. We would like to. We'd like to visit your home. We, apostrophe takes the place of most of the word would, and then D, we'd. Nice. Okay, let's stop right there. That's lots of practice. And you can go back and rewatch the video if you like, if you want to look at those long vowel spellings again, or you can leave it at that and just practice your words and be ready for your spelling test, which is a day earlier this week. So be well, and thanks for all your hard work.